Welcome back. 92 Plymouth Sundance. Anyway, the rack and pinion lines are just pouring fluid. So I'm going to attempt to remove them and make new ones. We'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. Okay, here's what's broken. Here's what I've got to fix it. It may or may not be correct. And yeah, we're going to see if we can make these. And I hope so. It appears to be quarter, which I have. I'm sure all those are special fittings to the rack and pinion. Everybody's going to tell you don't do this. Just buy a rack and pinion and get it over with. They're probably right. But I figure it's no good anyway. What's the harm in trying to fix it? If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, I tried, you know. All right. Let's go see if we can put them back on the car. I'll check back with you when I'm done. Okay. I know it's such a wonderful view, but it's kind of the best you're going to get, so. Let me see. The short one was on top. I think it was. Well, I've overdone it. It's full. My bad. It'll suck it down when I start it, probably. Oh, it's gurgling down on its own. Yeah, it's getting there. Just lay that on top. And yeah. You guys tell me if anything starts dumping out of it. All right. It doesn't appear to be running out on the ground. Good. I think we've saved the rack and pinion. I don't see anything leaking. Cool. Now that that debacle is debacled, yeah, we're running out of things to fix. I did put more spring in this one step, by the way. I ordered tires and wheels because a couple of the wheels are just junk. So I'm hoping you guys like my choice in wheels, because it doesn't really matter if you like them or not. They're going to be my wheels, so whatever. Thinking about painting it. A couple dings here and there to fix, but I honestly think this one's worth painting. So let me get the wheel back on it, and yeah, get it off the rack and go move on to the next project of the day. And we're back. Hear the difference? It's got exhaust. Let's go check her out. Oh yeah, check her out. Coming right out the tailpipe now. Not a race car anymore. Here we have Plymouth Sundance. These tires are as old as I am. They're shot. They're junk. Couple of the wheels, the lips are all rotted out. Bad shape. However, check this out. Huh? Huh? Yes, I dropped a brand new wheel. Happens. No damage though. These are Motive 442S's. And I like them. I like them so much I bought them. and new tires, and they're mounted, balanced, ready to go. Got them from a local garage in the area, Walkertown Service Center. If you're ever in the area, they'll hook you up with any aftermarket wheel they can find, and tires and so on. They do brakes and oil changes. It's where I work. But they also hooked me up with a set of wheels. They're costly, but I mean, look at that. Let's get them bolted on. Check it out. New tires and wheels all the way around, and just look at that. I look good. They look real good. Man. And them are like a half-inch bigger than the factory tire. They're just bigger wheels. Oh, man. She looked good. Well, we now have new wheels and tires on our Plymouth. The brakes work. The exhaust is fixed. So now we can start working on little things, and I'll catch you guys hopefully with some daylight, and we'll start doing that. Okay, here's one of the things that doesn't work in this car, and that is we have hazards. Blinky, blinky, blinky. When you go for a blinker, you get no blinky. But the hazards work fine, so we're going to follow the hazard flasher with a blinky blink noise and see if I could find it, because I think it's down here behind this. Well, you guys tell me, can you see it? It should be like a box. There it is. Yeah. It should be a relay, 2 flashers. Should be something else too. Let me take you under there. I see 1, 2, 3, and I'm missing one. Ha. No turn signal flasher. You see if I can rustle one up. Okay, turns out that relay box down there, although containing the hazard flasher and having what I thought was an empty slot, there's no wires to that slot. So we're going to look on this side. Allegedly, the turn signal blinker could be behind the glove box. Stick you guys down there. And then I'm going to come down there with you and see. I don't see anything. There's something other there. You guys see anything? Let me know. Turns out the internet doesn't know either, but if you take the lower cover off, right there, there's a bracket that the flasher sets on, and it plugs into that. So That's what's wrong with my blinkers. Let me see if I can find one, and we'll go from there. It looks like this plastic. It goes in and turns, but I don't have any of those. I might have another one of these. This is the hazard flasher. I robbed it to test. Okay, you guys can see what I see. The tail lights don't work right, and I'm thinking that there's probably a bad ground. So I'm going to pull this out and pull the panel down because it all needs to be cleaned anyway. And I'm willing to bet that the ground is in the quarter panel. Jack and lug wrench. That, the wing nut. Miscellaneous. Okay. Obviously the mat's not laying down right because the tire's too big. But full size spire goes valve stem down. Compact spire goes valve stem up. Is it as simple as turning it over? No. If I took that thing out, I'd be willing to bet I could put the full size spire in there easier. And maybe we'll do that in the future, but that's not what we're doing right now. Right now I need a screwdriver. It sucks filming in the dark. It sucks working in the dark. Pretty much everything's harder in the dark. Well, that sounds. That flips up. Following the wiring, it goes to that side. So, let me switch sides with you guys. Yeah, you can see about what I can see. Yeah. I'm blowing my light here. Yeah, there's the ground. A lot of mouse poop. They're tight. They're not an auto. Let me go turn them on and you can see what I'm trying to fix here. Let me point you at the back. You can see what does and doesn't happen. I'll show you my problem as I find the keys. Step on the brake. I've got those lights. I turn the hazards on. I've got dim and no brake lights. So I turn the blinkers on. Park lights, no brake lights. Left blinker blinks dimly. Right blinker blinks dimly. Yes, I'm blinking the park light, not the brake light. Instead of the brake lights coming on, the park lights are coming on. The brake light switch works. If I turn the park lights on, I lose the brake lights. That is a typical indication of a bad ground. Even though that ground looks fine, I'm going to go ahead, take it loose, and clean it anyway. Something as simple as just loosening it up, wiggling it, tightening it back down can fix it. Let me try it again. Brake lights, park lights, no brake lights. Now, I'm flashing the park light instead of the brake light. I think I've got a bad ground in the sockets. Yeah. They're both really green. Let me get my power probe thingy, and I will add a ground and see if it blinks the correct bulb. If the front works like it should, it's the rear that's the problem. The question becomes, do I have enough cord? Just barely. If I just add a ground, that one's working like it should with the ground. Without a ground, it doesn't. And I can almost, yep, same deal. I'm losing ground. We got ground there. Got ground on the bolt. ground on both eyelets. No ground to the pigtails. So that tells me the problem was with the sockets. Yep. So let me turn everything off and we'll look into the sockets closer. I'm going to leave all this apart because my house that needs to be cleaned anyway. Let me get y'all in here. This will probably be easier to show you. Okay. Here's what we're looking at. This black wire here. Let me get you guys zoomed in. There we go. Now, that black wire right there is your ground. If you look, see the green coming out of it? There's our problem. Now, can I get new sockets? Maybe. But I'm going to try to take one apart and see what happens. And I'll bring you back here in a minute if I get it apart or not. Okay. Going to be hard to see. But if you look right down the side of this, right about there, where the wire comes up, there's a clip you can push. I'm willing to bet. Well, you guys can kind of see. I can't. Yeah, pull on that wire and push the little tab out of the way. Okay, I got a straight pick. And there we have it. Big green terminal. If I clean that up, I might get a ground out of it. It might work. Let me clean that up and I'll bring you guys back. And now, through a little bit of effort, we have bright brake lights, park lights with brake lights, and bright blinkers. Just like we should. Now, the only thing left in the electrical department is the third brake light doesn't appear to function. So, point you up and get my screwdriver. And let's see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. There it goes. Make them separate. Make this whole piece of that's okay too. And the piercer already missing some of the screws. Oh. Now then. They are both blown. So, get them out. A 921. And glass in the carport. Okay. So for now, we're just going to put everything back. And in there too. I will get some bulbs and we will fix it. I need two 921s. Write that down. And that's going to do it for tonight. And then there too, I'll get bulbs in it, and we'll try to clean this thing out and get ready for the first real drive. Clean it inside and out and prepare it, and hopefully this tags and insurance on it, and we'll go for a spin. See you then. Logan Salvage Automotive here. Happy Thanksgiving. If you happen to watch this on Thanksgiving, it is Thanksgiving, so I've got the day off. And I ordered Chinesium rear view mirror off of the Amazon because the one that's with the car is peeling, I guess is the term. The reflective stuff is all fucked up. It doesn't work very well, and it's fell off. So I ordered a new one. I like to be able to see things, and it come with the wrench. And the mirror. Ta-da. And yep, it come with the wedge too. Look at that. And it's a day-night mirror, which is probably an upgrade versus what the car had. So, let's install a rearview mirror. Why not? Also, I got light bulbs. So. Let me show you where I'm going with it. I don't know how well you could see it, but right here, there's an outline where the mirror used to hang. So what I'm going to do is get a crayon and draw that in on the outside so that when I'm on the inside, I can see where it goes. We'll grab some stuff. I'll be right back. Anyway, now I've got my duct tape in place of where the mirror goes. I've got permatex. I'll show you when I get in the car. I'm just filming through the outside because I think it'll be easier on all of us if I'm not in the way and you're not in the way. So. Me. Get down in here. Oh, God. All right. You should be able to hear me through the microphone. There's our duct tape mark. And you got the little wedge, which is fat on one end and skinny at the other and thicker the way it goes. And I determined that I've already forgotten which way it goes. Let me get the mirror. Oh, gotta get it back. Hang on. Anyway, using the mirror as a guide, it goes like that. So this has to glue right there, like that. So, with it oriented correctly, I will take my fingernail and scrape off any residue from the old mirror. It's actually in this box, isn't it? Yeah. And there's the old one. It's a little bit bigger than the old one, but it looks a lot better. So, is what it is. Anyway, I'll take a fingernail. You can take a razor blade or whatever. You just want to remove any residue. Now, I've got a review mirror adhesive kit from Permatex. Used them before. Seems to work good. Don't know how to do it in 40 degrees, but okay. Just as expected. You got an applicator pad that you peel open. And all this is just reading instructions. I'm sure anybody can do this. Not like everybody needs to put a mirror in a Plymouth, but if you need a mirror in your car, maybe. Peel it open. Give it a good clean. This is a primer, activator, or whatever for the glass and for the button. So clean the button, clean the glass. It says to let it dry, I think. Allow to dry for 1 minute. Do not touch windshield. This window is very dirty, so I'm going to do it again 2 or 3 times. It looks clean. In that one spot, anyway. Actually, let me do I have a paper towel in my pocket? Let me wipe the dirt off and then do it again. Because I haven't cleaned this windshield, even though I desperately need to. Now I'll take the applicator and just right there. Now, if there's no dirt in it, see how it dries. Because it should dry to a clean finish instead of a dirty finish, I would assume. Oh, this is boring. Anyway, it says let it dry for a minute. We let it dry. We'll stare at it funny. That looks better. Looks way better. While that dries, I will cut open the adhesive. This is some strong stuff. You better get it where you want it when you want it, because if you foul it up, well, don't try to get it back off. I have seen windshields broken over less. Just try and get that whole thing back off of there. Make sure it's facing the right direction, up and down in this case, the thick part to the inside, wide part down, and put 1 drop of the adhesive right in the center. And then when you put it up there, you put it in place and you push, hold it there for 10, 20, 30 seconds, something like that, I think. But generally, once it's up there, it's permanent. I don't know what the deal is right now. Maybe where it's cold. There. Now, put the cap back on the adhesive. Keep that. Because you never know. And remove your garbage. And ta-da! We now have a rearview mirror mount. Now, it's important to note, I'm not going to hang the mirror right this minute. Yeah. Yeah, it's mounted. You can see the little glue just spread out all the way around. It says give it about 30 minutes. That's fine. We'll give it 30 to 45 minutes. We've got other things to do while that dries. And then we can hang a mirror. For example, I was pulling it across the road the other day, and the bushing fell out for the wiper transmission. So this one no longer wiperty. So go get the cowl off and see if we can fix that. And I've got a third brake light to fix. I'm going to fix the brake light first just because. We'll go from there. This is your third brake light. It doesn't work, but it's gonna, probably. Ta-da. There's what your third brake light mount looks like hanging in the breeze. It takes 2 bulbs. I took them out the other day. I think you guys saw that because they don't work. Now, I've got bulbs. Yeah, I ordered the Chinese light bulb. We'll see how they do. Normally, I just go to O'Reilly's or Carquest or wherever, get bulbs. But I figured, what's the harm in a Chinese light bulb, you know? And I got extras. So, a nice 10-pack of light bulbs is handy at times, considering the amount of vehicles that I have. There. Now, you get to tell me if it works. I'll go up and step on the brake. Is it working? Good. I think. Now, I just got to put the trim panel back on. There's a panel that covers all that. I'm going to take something to knock the worst of the dirt off of it first, and we'll bring you back. And we're back. Okay, I have vacuumed the nasty from up here and from in the plastic panel. And now it should just, slides on like that to hide everything. Now I got to figure out what to do with the screws. All right, that's got the third brake light working, the rear view mirror mount attached and waiting to dry. I guess we vacuumed the back of this thing out. Try to clean it up somewhat anyway. as much as we can and get rid of some of the junk. We're almost done with this car. We got to do undercoating. I got some heat shields that have to be reinstalled, undercoating, and I ordered a passenger side mirror. So it will be here in the mail. So yeah. Let me set you up, I guess, on time lapse. I'll try to vacuum the back of this thing out some. Ta-da! Not really. I cleaned the windows good enough so I could see through the thing. Because before, you couldn't see out of the car. It's so nasty. But the back window and the front window are pretty okay, and the side windows are but they're clean enough you can move car around now. So that's a good thing. And I think it's been plenty long enough we can hang the rearview mirror. So let's do it. It conveniently came with its own tools. I don't even have to go find a socket to fit it. So now I get down in here. And here's the old one that's coming apart. It's not very reflective anymore. It's small. Here's the big shiny new one that's very reflective and happy. Yeah, it's up there. I'm not going to go with adjusting it because, well, quite frankly, I think it needs to dry more. But it's on there. And this one could come out of the car. That's a big old rearview mirror. I can see the whole back of the car. Maybe too big. That ain't that much bigger. And I'm going to put this Allen wrench, well, torque wrench, in the glove box with the Allen wrench. So I'll have it. That's going to do it for the rear view mirror installation. Got that done. Got the third brake light working. We cleaned the windows. I've got a lot of cleaning to do in this car. It's got a smell. It's bad. And that's the worst part of the job to me. I hate cleaning a car out. I hate it. I'd actually much rather work on everything than clean the car. So for now, I'm going to shut the back, and we're going to work on a wiper bushing because wiper transmission's broke, and I think I can get that done before dinner. Because it's just now 12 o'clock. I got a couple hours to kill, and then I got to take a shower. So let's see if we can get the wiper bushings fixed. How about that? We'll start this process by removing the wiper arms. Okay. Now, the way you get wipers off of most vehicles, in this case, this one too, you lift this up, there's a hole in the wiper arm. You stick that in, look at that. It holds it up. That takes the spring tension off of the hinge point. And you can wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So this one just happens to have a nut on it, which is loose. Convenient. And then there's a rubber hose in this case. Straight up, they're both just loose. I wonder if this has been a problem before. I mean, you really wouldn't think with that low mileage, but you never know. Okay, let's got them off. It looks like we got a screw here, over there, and then I don't know what else retains it. But we'll see if we can't get it off there. Maybe we'll take the back to black to it. See if we can make it look like new again. Yeah. As a side note, before I forget to mention it, I'm going to attempt to put bushings in this wiper transmission. Not all vehicles have replaceable bushings. Most vehicles nowadays, when it's broke, and you order the entire transmission. Which is crazy, but you know how that goes. You would think you can put bushings in anything. You can't. This one is going to get bushings, hopefully. If it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do. They just turned it into a sunny day car because I don't think the wiper transmission is available anywhere. Because I was on the internet looking for one just in case, and Google essentially just gave me a question mark. Like a what? You want a what for a what? I was like, excuse me, Google. That's rude. All right, that's got the screws out of it, I think. All right, I reckon the hood's got to be open or closed. I'm going for half open. Once again, I have Googled for any information about this car and come up with good luck. So, I'm going to try to finagle it out. But it looks to me like I'm going to have to take the hood off. What we're going to do first, instead, put that back where it was, I'm going to ease the hood all the way down. Oh, it's close. Oh, that is crazy, but it worked. If you shut the hood, you can get the cowl out. That's wild. You would think it'd be the other way around. You'd have to have the cowl open. Yeah, this bushing is also shot. So we're going to end up putting both bushings in, if at all possible. That needs vacuumed. Like a lot. Well, we're all cleaned up in there. This is a problem. Whoopsie. And yeah, the other one's just rotted too. There's a plastic bushing goes in each end of that operates this. And they're just vintage. That one under there feels okay-ish, but it's probably bad too. I think a bushing kit only comes with 2. So it'll get the 2 that I got. And if it needs any more, that'll have to happen in the future. So let me gingerly remove what's left of these bushings. So there's 3 bushings, you get 2 in a pack. If I need the 3rd one, I have to buy a whole nother pack, which is fine. Here's what it is. Let me grab the bushings. This is your linkage. Bushing goes in each end. This is a universal pack of bushings. We're going to struggle together. They should be these 2. It's kind of your Mopar special bushing. Is that way? What these do, they're tapered. You line them up at the slot. And you pop them into place. And now that bushing is in that end. Do the same thing on this end. I have to take pliers with them to get them in there. Once you get started on at least one side, it's usually not that big a deal. So I got thousands of these in. I think this is bushing number 4 in mine. There it goes. There. 2 new bushings. Now what I'm going to do, I don't know that I should do this because they do snap together. We've got a customer, and she's a good customer. She has a Dodge Dakota, about the same vintage. I think it uses the same bushings. It's a problem child. The bushings never last. I'm going to lubricate them. I don't know if I should lubricate them, but I'm going to put some lube in them in the hopes that they do their thing happily. Or I'm going to destroy the bushings because of the lube, and then they'll just fall apart all the time. But I don't think so. I think just a dab of lube in there so that they don't run dry would help a lot. And I've got some penetrating lithium grease That's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna spray them in the bushing. Like a little dollop of grease. And that'll either help or it'll all fall apart as soon as I turn them on. So we'll see what happens. But the way you install it, you just line it up. And they should snap together. That one went. Yeah. That one went. All right. Now the wipers should work. There's no arms on them, but you can watch the linkage move around if I turn them on, probably. So let's turn them on. Let's find the keys. Let's do that first. There they are. Hey! Washer squirter works. Conveniently, if you push the button hard enough, the wiper squirter took off working. Well, that saves me a little bit of effort. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, that's about all the time I've got for today. It is Thanksgiving. I gotta go take a shower and get ready for dinner with everybody. With any luck, we'll get to come back to it this evening. It'll be probably dark, but if we can get the cow back on, the wipers back on, and then I'm just gonna track down some wiper squirters for the wiper arms. But I hope y'all have a good Thanksgiving. It was at this moment that my phone rang when I quit recording, and it was time to take a shower and go get Thanksgiving dinner and enjoy the rest of my day with family. And I didn't get back to record that evening. So that's it for this video. Logan Salvage and Automotive. Like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Keep your eye out for part 6 coming up soon. We'll see you next time.